Good morning. Welcome back to Le Fume de Fleur-De-Lys, my pipe cup of one. Me. It has been raining in southern Louisiana here, and so the power has gone out, which has woken me up. And now I'm out here in the council chambers with my Peterson 999. I think it's pretty much the only pipe I've been using now. I have two of them. This one and a red one. The woodpeckers are going away. The sky is still dark from wanting to rain. Been a hell of a night. I've gone years without ever dreaming, and now all my dreams are not fun. So that ended up waking me up anyway. So on to more happy stuff. The blending lab of Le Fume de Fleur-De-Lys is now open, and experimentation has begun. I'm smoking one of my blends. I can't quite remember which one this is, but I now have Darkfire, Darkfire, Stove Virginias. I have Red Virginia, I have Bright Virginia, Cube Cut Burley, and I think that Burley has both white and dark Burley in it. I have Darkfire Kentucky, Perique. Anything else I'm leaving out? I think that's it. Heck, I don't even know what other tobaccos there are to get. Oh, Cavendish. I got some black Cavendish. I wanted the black Cavendish because I didn't want to add any topping, any super sweetness with the Cavendish. I wanted the Cavendish specifically for the addition of smoke. Make it more smoky, feel in the mouth. Oh, and of course, primarily to get the tobacco to blend a little bit better, to impart the flavorings of the other tobacco throughout the blend. I have not used the Cavendish yet because upon getting the Cavendish, I can adjust this camera. Look like he's leaning. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's professional film tricks right there. The editing and everything. I know you're all like, oh my god, it's amazing. That's why I check in. Anyway, I have not used it yet because upon getting the Cavendish, I read that Stoved Virginia is basically the same as Cavendish, Black Cavendish. It's just, how did I read? What we call Stoved Virginia, Europeans call Cavendish. So the idea is that it just pretty much does the same thing. So I figured, well, I'll just use the Stoved Virginia because, well, when I tried the Stoved Virginia by itself, it had that sort of sweetness to it. It was more, what's the word? They had more depth than the other Virginias, of course. And the hell's that? Anyway, on the back end of that smoke, I want to describe it as licorice, like a licorice note to it. And I thought, that sounds cool. I wonder how that will work with things. So I've been experimenting with that, with a couple blends there I've got going. I used my Marshfire recipe, Louisiana Marshfire, and I mixed the Bright Virginia with the Stoved Virginia in that blend. And so That's pretty good actually. I need to let it sit. Let it like ferment or whatever. That's the word. Blend. Longer. I think the Stove Virginia, it dominates what it's in, but I get the suspicion that the longer it sits in the blend, it will begin to mellow out a bit and blend better. Because I know this, I can't remember what this blend was that I made, but it had the Stove Virginia in it. And right now, it's not as Stove Virginia as it was. I feel like it's blending a little bit better right now. But I'm liking that. I don't know how to describe it. What do you say? Dark, deep sense to the tobacco of the Stove Virginias. It's like this deep sweetness to it. And I'm trying to get that to blend better. I think I'm going to take... I do want to try a blend with the Cavendish instead, see if I get the same flavors and notes. Because I did try the Cavendish by itself. And the Cavendish, I feel like, is probably sweeter than the Stove Virginia. Ironically, because I was trying to get something that was not super sweet at the time. I just wanted it to spread out. But it probably is sweeter than the Stove Virginia, I would think, in my own estimation. But it's not like sweet like Bright Virginia. Yeah, it's kind of like maybe a moderate sweetness. So I may try that next time. My current Louisiana Marshfire is Perique heavy, so about 50% Perique. The mixed Virginias, so I got the Bright and Stove Virginia. I think it's I have more Bright Virginia than Stove Virginia. The Stove Virginia is just there in the hopes of spreading out the notes and adding smoke. And then there's the Dark Fire Kentucky. I also find that if you put more heavy Dark Fire in it, you get bitter notes. So I'm starting to get some bitter notes to it. That's I was trying to figure out the balance, especially when I had, for some reason, my Burley blend that I've been trying to make. When the Dark Fire is heavier, I get bitter notes. And the initial light is very harsh. Which, hey, I mean, I kind of prefer it a little bit because I like when I light up something, I know it's smoking tobacco. It's not, oh, gee, this is so light and fluffy. This tastes like grapes and oranges. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Now, next on the block is Red Virginias. I really want to try the Red Virginias. I'm getting like a lemony citrus type note with the Red Virginia. So I'm trying to think of how and what to blend that with. I might add that to the Burley, the Red Virginias. Because my Burley blends, I'm trying to get it down. Like this, the Marshfire recipe, I know what I like in it. I know the mixture so far. Now I'm honing in on it. I'm trying to really get it to, okay, with this kind of Virginia, whatever. Really trying to perfect it a bit more. With the Burley, I'm trying to find what components we're going to work at it first. Because the ones I've been trying, it's like, some of these bad. I like all the tobacco I got, but it's like, it's just not, when I go to smoke it, I'm not like, aha, that's it. Now, one blend, after I let it sit together a while, I did get some really good smokes out of it. So I might go back to that one and adjust it. But right now I'm still in the experimentation phase with the burleys. Like, okay, what what amount of components do I want to put into it? Um, what else? I really think the Virginia blends better with the Darkfire Kentucky than the Burley does, at least at the moment. Because I feel like that bitter note I was talking about, I get it more with the Burley blend. So I'm thinking maybe I have to add one of the Virginias to mellow that out a bit, like to get the harshness to go. Or maybe the Cavendish might do it. So I'm thinking about. I think my Burley blend, my next attempt is going to be, of course, Burley forward with the Red Virginia. Of course, my Our Lord and Savior's tobacco, Perique. God's gift to the world through Louisiana, through the intercession of St. James. Um, and then I'm gonna give a very low dark fire, maybe like a gram or two. And then see how that goes. I should be pretty set though as far as tobacco is concerned because I keep making these little blends and they last me for a while. So, like everything I've purchased from Smoking Pipes has been blending components. I haven't bought any new tins or anything, which is fine because I got that Bayou Morning jarred and just sitting in my box. So hopefully I'm going to let that. I want to let that sit at least a year, see what that does. Oh, I got a press too. So once I get my recipe down, I'm gonna add those components to a press. Hammer that down and really see what it does. If anyone receives this and has a suggestion on blending, please let me know. I'd like to know anyone's experience. What blends have, which tobaccos you feel blend really good with each other? Like what complements Burley's good? What complements the different Virginias good? Like, oh, if you're gonna use a red Virginia, these components blend really good with it. In my advice, from the little bit I've been doing, the Dark Heart Kentucky is awesome if you like that. Like, it reminds me of a fireplace after the wood is burned. I like that smokiness. Latakia I think is okay, but I gotta be in the mood for Latakia. There's something different about the Latakia note than the Dark Fire. I think the Dark Fire is like deeper. It's a deeper fireplace type note to it. Latakia has this like unique little I don't know how to describe it right now. I don't know how to describe the Latakia right now. But maybe one day I'll look into Latakia. Latakia, how do you want to call it? And in the meantime, I'm marrying the Perique and Darkfire in my blends. So that's that. So yeah, if you got any ideas about the blending, let me know. There we go. You just hate it when you got like around the rim, like the walls of it. It's like it's lit in the middle, the center, like around the edges. It's like come on, man, light it all up. It lights up, but then it goes out, like the sides. The middle stays lit, the sides have to go. So what else? Anything else I should add to this? This is really good at the moment. Another question: have you ever smoked tobacco? You smoke it, and you're like, it's okay. Then you come back and you're like, oh wow, this is really good. The hell happened last time? And I'm not talking about you've aged it for a long time. I'm like, it could be like the next day or a couple of days, and you're like, really good. This is awesome. And then you go to smoke it again. And you're like, well, got this nastiness again. It's like it's not. It's not nasty, but it's like, again. You come back a few days later. Wow, it's amazing. What blend is this again? I made like I've got it barely. I'm like, oh, okay, it's okay. Or it's like, oh, this is harsh. We get a different one. I guess I failed with this experiment. Then, because I don't want to throw it away, like maybe a week later or so, I'll try it, and I'm like, wow, it's really good. What the hell did I do? I gotta read more. All right, yeah. Sorry, my brain just jumped to my books. I got books to read, and I keep putting it off. And then I complained that my whole day is gone. I gotta go to bed, and I didn't read the book I really want to get into. I'm all over the place. Just noticing here. This looks like a lot thinner. I'm sorry, I just noticed that in the camera. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to bring this meeting, this session of the council chambers here to a close. At this point, the chair recognizes whoever comments first. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.